Hey guys, I'm Esther from Spicy Vegan Food, and in this video I'm going to show you how to meal prep 4 meals for your week, and look at how delicious these look. Wow. So this is a tofu satay noodle salad. So you can have this as a salad, you can have it, it's kind of like a bowl, you can even heat it up if you want to, but the meal prep makes it so that it's just ready to eat. So the first thing we're going to start with for high protein is 2 bricks of extra firm tofu. So each bowl is going to have half a brick of tofu, which is where we're going to be getting a lot of our protein from. So I'm actually going to cut that tofu into nice little squares. So depending on the shape and size of your tofu, you can just cut it into squares. Like I cut it lengthwise down the middle first, and then I just cut it into 3s and then start cutting my little cubes. But however it works with your tofu. We're also going to be adding edamame beans for protein and a bunch of vegetables and rice noodles, so we're going to get a little balance of everything. So I've got my cubes ready there, and I'm going to start adding them all into a bowl or a container with a lid. I just find it easier if you use an airtight container with a lid, because then you can shake on the ingredients and it just makes it a little easier. Now I'm going to add a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, which is going to help crisp that up, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce or tamari coconut aminos, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. So all these things are what is going to make our super simple, fast and easy, crispy, flavorful tofu. So there's the oven baked version. If you want to bake the tofu in the oven, you can. But if you have an air fryer, you can cook it in half the amount of time. You want to air fry at 390 for 12 minutes, flipping halfway. So at about 6 minutes, you want to flip it. Now, we need half a cup of edamame, and we also need 1 nest of rice noodles. Now, you don't have to use rice noodles. You can totally use vermicelli noodles, whatever noodles that you like. Just pick your favorite noodles there, because we're going to want a little bit of noodles in each of our bowls. And now we're going to make the dressing or the sauce. So I'm going to put 3 heaping tablespoons of all natural peanut butter. It can be crunchy or smooth, whatever you like. And then I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of sriracha. Now, if you don't want it to be too spicy, just put 1 tablespoon, but it really does add to the flavor. So adding a, chili garlic sauce definitely adds to this. So if you can, put 2 tablespoons in. And then we're going to juice 1 lime. So I want to make sure I'm getting all that out. That's going to add, a nice tangy, citrusy flavor in there. So I'm going to do that with both sides of my lime, and this is so delicious. You can squeeze extra lime on top too. Like, you cannot have too much lime in this bowl, in my opinion. And then next up, we have soy sauce. So again, if you want to use gluten-free, just use tamari or coconut aminos instead of using that soy sauce. So we've got 2 tablespoons of that, and then we're going to add in our rice vinegar. So we've got 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. If you don't have rice vinegar, you could use apple cider vinegar or white wine vinegar. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of agave or maple syrup to sweeten it, and then water to loosen. Now, just add 1 tablespoon of water at a time and check the consistency, because depending on how thick your peanut butter is, sometimes it really needs to be loosened, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the peanut butter makes it super thick. So this is kind of the consistency that we want. It is going to thicken up in the fridge, so don't worry too much if it seems just a little thin. Now we're going to grate up 1 large carrot. We're going to cut up a 1/4 head of red cabbage. You can finely dice it, or you can shave it with a vegetable peeler like this, and it's going to grate it really nicely. So that's just kind of a hack. If you don't want to chop it finely, you can grate it. So that's how I like it, and you can chop it whichever way you like. Then we're going to add a handful of cherry tomatoes. And next we've got 4 meal storage containers. So we're going to just divide everything out between these 4 containers. Now my tofu is completely cooked, so you can actually see it's super crispy, and I froze and de-thawed it ahead of time, which does help with the texture. So if you can do that, that's great. And you can see there like how nice the texture and the consistency it is. It's crispy on the outside, it's sort of meaty on the inside, and that is perfect. That's exactly what we want. And I do think the air fryer helps, but you can totally do it in the oven. So now I'm going to start just dividing up everything between these 4 containers. So I'm going to start with my rice noodles. I did, some long flat rice noodles for this. Personally, I think that's the best noodle for this bowl. But again, if you want to use a different noodle, totally fine. So I'm going to start adding in my red cabbage, green cabbage would be fine too if you want to use green cabbage instead. And then I've got my carrot. You can actually use different vegetables in this, so don't feel like you have to use these exact vegetables. This is just a guideline as far as the veggies go. Now I've got my cooked edamame and I'm adding in my tofu. So between the edamame and the tofu, we're getting over 30 grams of protein. So this bowl, this meal, it's so amazing for post-workout. It's so amazing to get a ton of vegan and plant-based protein into your diet, and it tastes amazing. So now I'm just adding, I had a little bit of cabbage left, so I'm just kind of packing those bowls full of veggies, and look at that rainbow of color. Wow, it looks so amazing, and I haven't even put the sauce on yet. So now I'm going to start adding my peanut sauce on, which is what really makes this bowl. Now, it does thicken up in the fridge. It does dry out a little bit in the fridge, so you can totally make a little bit of extra sauce if you like it to be super saucy. You can bring a little bit extra with you and serve a little bit extra on top right before you eat it. Now I'm going to sprinkle it with some sesame seeds, and you can put your favorite toppings. Normally what I do is I put my toppings just on the side in another small container, and then I just add them fresh when I'm about to eat the meal. So I would add sesame seeds on top. You can add chopped green onion. You can add cilantro. You can add some more sriracha. You know, you can put whatever you want on top. Salted chopped peanuts are amazing on top of this. I would highly, highly, highly recommend that. But again, they'll get soggy if you leave them on in this meal prep. So just put it off to the side, and you can just sprinkle those on right before you are enjoying this meal. So now look at that. I've got these little Pyrex containers. I just got them off Amazon, and they are absolutely perfect for this kind of thing. I have 4 of them, so now I have 4 meals. Now you can eat it straight out of your container, or if you want, you can put it in a bowl. You can actually heat this up more like kind of a stir-fried if you want, but in this case, I'm just eating it cold. It tastes amazing cold. It does not need to be heated. So I'm gonna add a little extra sriracha on top, and I already have the sesame seeds on there, but I'm gonna add my chopped salted peanuts, and I'm ready. Right, time for the taste test. So good. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video and you want to see more recipes or more meal prep like this, just make sure you hit that like and subscribe button below.